Hey guys, it's Maverick. Welcome to the monthly update, September. I know it's been a while when I say this, but every time I love making these. I forgot the last time I said that. I usually always say that at the beginning. But honestly, I love making these monthly updates. We recap everything we did, etc. So right off the bat, I just want to kick off. Thank you for the support, guys. We reached 60. We reached 60 subscribers. We have 61 as of now. As I record this, could go down, could go up. Thanks a lot for the support. I love it. I love doing YouTube. Thank you guys a ton for the support. So, Paper Mario is done. I'm done with it. Luckily, there's no bonus episode. It's just, it ends. I did show, if you look at the very end, it didn't click off. Shows I throw in the bonus. That didn't change how I felt about the game. I am done. I don't know why I picked this game. Quick recap. There was no game. If I didn't play Paper Mario, it would have been Grounded, but Grounded doesn't have a lot of potential to upload any videos on. I would have had nothing for that era. So I decided to pick Paper Mario because I played his past game, very little of it, the 1,000-Year Door, and it was fine. Then I already pre-ordered. Then we watched the Treehouse Direct, and we're like, oh, combat doesn't look that good. A couple days later, we play the game. I hate the combat. I don't care about the story. I hate the gameplay. I don't like it. I like RPGs, but this one just doesn't hit for me. Even religious Paper Mario fans, they say that this is like garbage. Paper Mario was garbage. I remember this comment. He was going on a rant, whole freaking essay he wrote of why Paper Mario sucked. It was crazy. I don't like that game either. It's the worst game I've ever played. It goes in my F tier. We'll get the tier list in the future. Paper Mario, thank God to be over with. Now we can progress with Crash, and moving forward. But I did want to say this, that he was Gen 9. Paper Mario was Gen 9. He didn't get much of a spotlight because, I had a thing for him. It was Paper Mario. He got switched. Mario got switched with Paper Mario. And the thing was, Grounded came like a couple days later, and we have to update the tier list again. So the first episode of Ace Highlights, the newly announced playlist series I'm doing here. I think I announced it last monthly update, or the one before. I announced it in the first episode of Ace Highlights. Makes its debut on the 3rd. It is a preview. I will be live in the chat to give live commentary. When you comment on the live commentary, it sticks. So if people want to see the live chat, if they miss the stream, they'll still get to see the live chat. So I'll be commentating, giving my thoughts on certain moments of the Ace Highlights. It's around 15 minutes, I believe. It's pretty good. Those are pretty fun ones to edit. Look at the past of the first ever game that I played on this channel. So hope you guys stick around on the 3rd. I think 11:15 in the morning, Pacific Standard Time. So if you have a different time zone, you can adjust from that. I'll be live. I hope you guys see you guys there on the 3rd. And then before the 3rd is the 2nd, which is October 2nd, Crash Bandicoot 4. We announced him on the last monthly update. He is Gen 11. I kind of wish I didn't pick the 3rd for Ace Highlights, but we'll go through with it. I already picked it. So that'll be the set date, because I didn't pay attention, because Crash was before, but you guys get more videos, so I guess it works out, right? So I will try on the 2nd to film, edit, and upload on the same day, so you can get Crash from Ace Maverick on the day it comes out. So Crash is Gen 11, and I'm glad to have him on the roster. He's pretty cool. He's one of the iconic characters: Mario, Sonic, and Crash. Doom is also up there. He has an old game, so he's pretty considered a classic character. Can't really think of anyone else on my mind. Everyone else is pretty much new. You have Pokemon Shield, which represents Pokemon, but they're the new ones, so they're new, but they come from an old game series. But Gen 12 is ready to strike. I'm ready to announce my 12th game on this channel. This was thought of almost around, when I published the last monthly update. When I uploaded, a couple days later, I was like, you know what? We could probably fit this game in. So guys, go ahead and take a look at Gen 12. Take a look at the trailer.
Soon we'll climb back up to Dharma City and set humanity back on its path.
What path is that?
One free from Mara and her reign of terror.
That is right. Ghost Runner is Gen 12. I know I did announce that I would be playing Cyberpunk, which is no surprise. I've been talking about it all this time. I will still make a trailer for it, but it won't be on this monthly update or the next one. I'll just throw it up to Twitter because we still got to give it a trailer, and it still has to be, shown where the person is going to go on the Ace roster. So Ghost Runner, quick recap. If you're like, what is this game? So Ghost Runner, in a nutshell, is a very cool cyberpunk assassin type of game. If you know Dishonored or any stealth type of games, it's basically that, but in a cyber type of area. So we got 2 cyber games coming up. But give this one a chance. If you're like, oh, you play Paper Mario, I hate that game. We got a lot of people from Grounded. Then Crash, we'll probably bring some new people. We'll see. Then Ghost Runner. Hope you guys give this one a chance. This is actually a pretty fun game. I don't know if I said this, but stealth games are like big. I love stealth games. I think this is stealth. Like I said, it's all about cyber where our main character is a cyber guy, and he's the first one on the Ace roster to be in the air. That's what I was waiting for. Who's gonna be the first guy to be in the air, or the first thing? And it happens to be this guy, because reason why I picked that, I looked up high quality images of this guy, and the draft version, the one that got cut, he's just like bent down, and he would have been near or behind the Grounded kids. But I thought, he's known for stealth, and he's an assassin, so he jumps from heights and all that. So we found another image. That's the image you see here. He's the first one. You could say he's probably going to kill Maneater because he's going to kill SpongeBob. So he's like, oh, that's a threat to that sponge. He's going to go after him. But he's the first guy in the air because of what he does. But Ghost Runner is basically an assassin type of game. It looks really good. Cyberpunk looking. Or cyber-esque type of look. Good music. It's going to be a good game. I think it's an underrated one no one's really talking about. So hopefully we get some new people in. But Ghost Runner, give it a chance. Even though you guys probably thought it was Cyberpunk. It's totally obvious. But I mean, I guess I'll say it. Cyberpunk is Gen 13 because there's no time. And speaking of time, Crash comes. Then on the 27th, Ghost Runner comes. So we got to see if we can beat Crash. I hate rushing games as well. Trying to rush a game, I don't like doing that. I like taking my time. Then we have Ghost Runner. And then November 19th, Cyberpunk. So we got a lot coming in October. So stay tuned for a lot of filming. A lot of editing for me and videos for you guys. So I say video every like 2 days, 2 to 1 days. I used to do 3, but I'm going to push out more, be more consistent for you guys because I can do it. So might as well just push a little bit more. As for streams, probably won't happen because I'm mainly filming. But as of right now, always check my Twitter, where that's where I announce where I will stream. Link in the description below. But Ghost Runner, it's going to be a good game. I can't wait. That's why I picked it for the channel. But it's obvious. Cyberpunk is Gen 13. I just don't have a trailer. And I thought it was too obvious, if I said I have Gen 12 and 13 to reveal, you guys already would have known Cyberpunk. Because I've talked about it in the past. So it's not a surprise. Just expect the trailer around November, end of October. I'll make a trailer for it. I'll make it look nice and neat, tidy it up. Upload it to the Twitter. Then have to see who I'm going to add for the roster on that. That I'm not sure. But we don't know this guy's name for Ghost Runner. The only 2 names is the Architect, I think. And I just made I didn't just make the trailer, but in the trailer he says someone else's name. It's some girl, he says, from her reign of terror. But yeah. Ghost Runner is Gen 12. Then for Cyberpunk, Gen 13. But it's so obvious. But yeah, I do hope you guys come in to watch Ghost Runner. It's going to be a good game. Give it a chance. So moving forward, no, I do not have no Gen 14. Whenever I announce a game, some people, my friends and a couple other people are like, what's Gen 14? What's the next game? It's like I just announced this new game and you're asking for the next? I honest to God have no plans for Gen 14. I have no clue. I have no plans. It's Cyberpunk. That's going to last a long time, I think. So, well, I'll just have to see. So moving forward, when it comes to Nintendo, they released the Mario and Sonic. Oh no, Mario 3D All Stars 64. I hate it. I hate the movement. I quit the game midway. Sunshine, liked it. Midway, I quit. Luckily, I'm not playing a series for it. I'd be forced to beat it. Then next up is Galaxy. I'll probably play it after this, after I edit these videos and all that. But speaking of Nintendo, there is a leaker. I don't think this is real, but people are talking about it. We'll talk about it. So there's a leaker. He says that a direct is coming on the 8th. If he's right, then some of this content that he's saying that's going to show up could be right. If he's right about the date, he could be right about what's coming in the direct. Because these last directs have been trash. I even made a video dedicated to the direct mini being trash. Those games are like, it was a joke, such a joke of a direct. But I think this Corona has been killing it. But people are still pulling through with games and a couple movies. Movies have been halted. Some are continuing to film. But Nintendo is just like really blasted by all of this. But this is what people are talking about. I don't have the whole list. I only put the stuff that I really cared about. And right off the bat, this guy says a WarioWare game is coming to the Switch. I love WarioWare with all my heart. So if you gotta know something about Ace Maverick, WarioWare, stealth games. What else is in there? Dishonored, which is another stealth game. I mean, I love stealth. Love WarioWare. Oh my heart, I love that game so much. Having Wario on the roster, that'd be pretty cool. Wario has the roster. He also said that in the All-Stars, Galaxy 2 will come as a free DLC. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Don't know if they would do it. But I think Nintendo knows that Galaxy 2 is a real, like a sticked out sore thumb. Like it's extremely obvious that you should have put it in. So we'll see. That could happen. And that's about it that I really cared about. I think he also said that Metroid Prime 4 would be talked about. I do want to get into Metroid Prime 4, even though I haven't played her previous games. But I played the GameCube one very lightly, but that's it. And some Game Boy one, Metroid Fusion. That was pretty fun. The Game Boy Advance. But yeah, if he's right, we'll see something on the 8th. When Nintendo shadow drops these things, there's nothing I can do about it. It gets shadow dropped. I can't really react to it. I just make a little tweet post, but they say a certain date ahead of time. I can try to set up and react to it. Then we're about near coming to a close, but I have a couple things to talk about here. So for next gen, I will be waiting a bit. I will not be pre-ordering next gen because of certain things that are happening now. Like I recently bought my first car, and in the family I do have a loan, and I'm recently about to move out too, which is much better. I could film at nights now, stream more, be much more free. The only downside is I am I have to pay rent, and all that. Now I have to pay a car loan too. I still am a good strict saver. I think either way, everyone should try to wait it out, not buy any of the new consoles, because let's be honest, when new stuff comes for consoles, it's bad. So I'm gonna wait it out anyway. There's no games coming off like right off the bat. I think Ratchet and Clank is one of them. That's like the big one I want to play. Maybe, we'll see. But as I said, I am getting PlayStation and Xbox, so that's pretty pricey. I'm just gonna wait it out. But just know in time, I will save and get the next gen. The other problem is I record. So for the face cam, I have a GoPro. This is recording by itself, the mic audio off of Audacity. Then I use the HDS, Elgato HDS, 60S, something like that. They come up with these names for all these type of equipment, but whatever. And I noticed they have a 4K one. I would be up for 4K. It's just, how much is that? And I've been hearing people have issues with that. So if I can still use what I have, be perfect. 1080p will work for now. I do want to upgrade for you guys, but for what's happening right now, just know that I will not have next gen right off the bat. Then when it comes to games coming early, I think it's Ratchet and Clank is one of the launch titles, which is pretty cool, but we'll see. Then we have a couple more things to talk about. Is tier list. You guys have tagged me and shown your tier list to me, and I thought I'd talk about them here and show my tier list for the first time, even though my friends do know what I have. But for the viewers, I would like to show my tier list. So right off the bat, I'll pop them up on the screen. Let's start with these are a couple of my friends. They want to remain anonymous, except for one of them, which I will name. So we'll start with my friend who wants to be known, Kevin. He's also commented on a couple of videos. Kevin Nation commented on the finale. He said It is sumo, so that was sumo wrestling, but in paper origami. So his tier list, pop it up on the screen now. He has nothing in the S, and he has nothing in the F, so he doesn't hate anything, and he doesn't really love something, and he doesn't know about Crash. The I don't know tier list kind of rarely gets used, but I decided to create it because if it's a game I announced, but it hasn't shown gameplay or anything, you could put it there, or maybe you have no clue about the game, so you just put it there, because F means you hate it. I don't know is you don't know. You don't put stuff that you don't know in F tier, if that made sense, but I believe Bikini Bottom a little high, but you could put it there if you want, if you really liked it. Maybe to say I respect all tier lists, I respect opinions. It's just I'm giving my critique real quick. Paper Mario Origami King, when people put this, it should not be B tier. This game was, I don't know how people like this game. Honest to God. I mean, the highest you could put it is D tier. Honestly, but B, that's insulting. But it's your tier list, you do what you want. That's too high for me. Pokemon Shield B tier? That is way too high. So you're saying, this guy's really saying that Origami King and Shield are better than Savage, Journey Savage Planet, and Maneater. Because if you make these tier lists, the rule that I do is, if you take a look at the game closest to the letter, that's what you like the most, and has a chance of getting to A. Then the ones more in the back, they're still in B, but they have a chance of going lower. But just by a little bit, he's saying that Origami King is better than Maneater and Journey Savage Planet. That's crazy. But quick rundown. Origami King, Shield, way too high. Even the Pokemon fans said that Shield was really weak. Journey Savage Planet and Maneater, you could put it in B tier, I guess. Those were like C, B tier. You could put it in there. Maybe D if you want, if you didn't like it that much. Maneater had potential to be my B tier, and I'll go ahead and spoil it. It's in my C tier because I hated the ending. Then finally, he has Goose, and Animal Crossing has basic games. C tier is like basic, average, 50-50 type. And he doesn't hate any of the games so far, so that's pretty cool. Then we'll look at another tier list. I think he said I could say his name, Marco, or known as Polish Immortal as well. Take a look at his tier list. These are basically my friends. I've already talked to them about it. I haven't had anyone of you guys comment anything. I'm just trying to mute some of this stuff here. But we'll take a look at his tier list. So he has an S tier. Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo 2020 Olympic Games is his S tier. I'll be honest, this guy can't really explain why. He just says that games are fun. So I guess just that's how he sees it. This is how he sees these games and how fun they are, how entertaining, etc. So one of the things he does is he always puts the first game or the first episode as like the best. So Pokemon Shield episode 1, the best. 2020 episode 1, the best. Which it was the debut, so I don't blame him for that. But to put it in S tier, I don't know about that. I mean, it was the first game, but was it really good? I mean, gameplay was fine, but it wasn't S tier. Then he has Journey Savage Planet, which is an indie game at A tier. That's a near S tier. And he's saying that it's better than Doom, then Doom is better than Grounded, and Grounded better than Crash. If you learn how to do my type of rule, where game closest to the letter is equaled as better. Oh, that rhymed. Wow. But yeah, whenever I announce these games, he does not care about the I don't know section. He puts Crash at A tier. But I did live stream the demo, to be fair. But even before, he still put it, he actually put it at B tier before I showed the demo. Then after I live streamed the demo, he put it at A tier. Which I guess it's fair. But I need even if I played the demo, I still need the full game to get the full picture. But I think that people for Crash could honestly, A to B is going to be his spot. He's not a basic game for C tier. You could put S, but that's a little too much in my opinion. Battle Bikini Bottom, B tier. B for SpongeBob. That's fair. That's fair. You could put it in C, maybe B. Then Kevin, he put it at A, which is okay. Maneater as a basic game. That's fine. I guess so. Could put it at B, C, or B. Pokemon Shield D tier. That's up to you. It kind of deserves around that range because just talk to a die-hard Pokemon fan. Tell them why Pokemon Shield was bad. You'll have your answer. Then for the F tier, Origami King, Animal Crossing, and Goose. Just 3 games in the F tier. That's pretty big. I I highly agree with Origami King. Animal Crossing. It wasn't what I thought it was, but you'll see my tier list. And then Goose. I guess he just says he really hates Goose. I don't know what it is. Then we have another tier list here. He wishes to remain anonymous. Nothing in the S tier. A tier. He has Crash up there. He's saying that Doom is better than Crash. We'll have to see about that. They're tied. They're two big games. They're pretty good. Animal Crossing at A tier. That's really high. To your opinion, he said that he was going based off of the impact of, like, how did these games impact us? Basically, that's his tier list here. Then he has Grounded B tier. Grounded, I swear, Grounded is like, I love the game. B is like the least you could put it. It is not an average game. I know it's in beta, but still, it's. I guess I'm fanboying about it, but I love the game. But to him say that that's better than the first game I ever played, I don't know about that. You'll see in my tier list. Then Basic has Goose and Maneater. D tier has Origami. I was talking to him. He almost put Origami F tier, but he decided to put it at D tier. Nothing he hates. Then he doesn't know about Pokemon Shield. He doesn't play Pokemon. And he's never heard of Journey to Savage Planet. Other than that, it's actually, well, if I were to agree with anyone today, it'd probably be this one, although some of them are too high. Okay, so then we'll go and move on to mine. So here is my tier list. Nothing in the S tier. There's nothing. Yeah, I'm really strict when it comes to my tier list. So these are serious, well thought. I played the games. I edited, filmed, and uploaded these videos. So I've gone through everything and the whole thought process. So S tier, there's nothing that I can't say that, like, oh my god, S tier is the best game ever that I played. I love it. It has to be, like, extremely good. Not saying that these games, there was some, I mean, not to push the A tier out, but those were good games. It's just like S tier is phenomenal, the best that I love. But we move on to A tier. 2020, the first game I ever played, because it has a childhood in my heart. But I played the past one, 2012, in the past. Then we have Grounded over Doom Eternal. Yes, I'm fine with that. This is my tier list. I personally like Grounded over Doom. Doom is good, but Grounded, I love Grounded better. Then we'll have to wait for 1.0 of Grounded. But when we see 1.0, I will say that it has potential to overcome Mario and Sonic. If it's good, we'll see. B tier SpongeBob. We'll give SpongeBob B because it's for Bob. No, we're not doing it just because of that. It was actually a pretty good game. C tier, which is Basic, Maneater, Journey Savage Planet. You could have had Maneater B tier. It would have been like the least of the B tier. But that ending, I don't like that ending. I didn't like it. But just watch the finale, go near the end. You'll see my reaction. I couldn't believe it. And just because of that ending, gets dropped down a tier because of that. Then we have Journey Savage Planet. I personally enjoyed Maneater more. Savage Planet is a preferably basic game. Preferably basic game. I don't know if that was right. Whatever. D tier Goose, Animal Crossing, Pokemon Shield. These are like close to F. Goose, there was almost nothing wrong. I'm starting to discover that I don't really like puzzle games that much, because Origami King and Goose are pretty much puzzle games. Light puzzle, please. Not a heavily puzzled game. I have to avoid puzzle games, it seems. Goose was really short. It was really short. 4 episodes, the shortest series I ever played. That's part of the reason it's in D. But it was still a cool game. Probably one of the... Well, every game's unique, but some kind of copy each other. But it was pretty unique. A goose playing pranks on people. I mean, that's unique. Animal Crossing. It wasn't what I thought it was. I feel like the people... Oh, that's the 4 tier list. It's what I think the people would rank these games. We'll talk about that. Animal Crossing. It wasn't what I thought it was. It's not that good to play for a YouTuber. Probably for a live streamer. But it's kind of hard to play it on YouTube. I don't know, for me. Then Pokemon Shield. I played some of the past games, and hearing the fan base and agreeing with the fan base. Fighting animations are whack. Graphics are... Even though I don't care about graphics, but if I know you can do better, that's when I hate the graphics. Example of that is Subnautica on console. I have a vendetta against Subnautica. I love the game, but I hate the developers for not focusing on console. It's my number one dread about Subnautica. But Pokemon Shield is another reason, like Subnautica. You could have had better graphics, but just look up Pokemon Shield tree and you'll know what I'm talking about. It's going to be probably the first thing you see. But graphics and gameplay was really not that entertaining for a series to be on YouTube, but we did it nonetheless. And it's the biggest one, 20 episode. Origami King clocks in at second place, I think, or tied with someone else for longest series. I feel like I'm taking too much time, so I'm going to wrap this up a little bit more. F tier Origami King. It's the worst game I ever played. It's the only one that deserves to be an F tier. Pokemon Shield is close because, like I already said. Then Crash 4, I have no clue because we don't have the full game. I played the demo, but I prefer to have the full game. Give me about 3 to 5 episodes and I'll tell you where I rank it. That's for every game. Give me 3 to 5 episodes. I'll tell you where I rank the game. But if you were to force me to pick a letter, after playing the demo, this is the lowest it could go is B tier. But I think I'm going to put this in the A tier. We'll see. It's not official. This is my official answer. It's the I don't know section. But if I were to predict and you were to force me to pick a letter, it'd probably be A. But the lowest the people should put this game is B because Crash, his games are good. Okay, so this is what I call the people. So we the people. This is my tier list from a perspective of you guys and almost every single gamer in the world. Where would people rank if they were to all do a tier list and have similar answers? Where would it be? So this is the tier list. No one is in the S tier. A lot of people like Crash, Doom, Animal Crossing. So that's A tier automatically. A lot of people like their game series. B tier, Goose, because it's very memey. It's had an impact. People kind of overrate this game in my opinion. It recently had a co-op version, which is pretty cool. Then you have SpongeBob Bikini Bottom. I feel like you could probably lower it, but I feel like people like that game. Maneater, B tier. I feel like I should put that in C tier, but I think people like that game. Journey Savage Planet, average game. 2020, no one talks about Olympic Games. And then Origami King, it's a 50-50. It could be lower. It could be like D tier or C. But some people like that game. Then D tier, without a doubt, Pokemon Shield. Oh, you could put an F tier if you wanted, because Pokemon fans make some good points that lack fighting animations. If you look at the last game, which is on the 3DS, there was like legitimate fighting animations that looked way better. And then you come to the Switch, it's like a downgrade. So hands down D tier. Then nothing in the F tier, although you could put Shield in there maybe for the die-hard Pokemon fans who hated Shield. Or Sword and Shield, depending on same stuff. Then finally, the I don't know section goes to Grounded because it's not in 1.0 yet. A lot of people playing it, talking about the game. I think it had 14 million, if that was the right statistic. It had about 14 million players on the first day it came out. I think it had a big number of gamers playing it on the first day. But since version 1.0 is not out, I feel like people wouldn't know where to rank it. So we have to wait till 1.0. But if you were to force me to pick, it'd be like A or B tier because people are playing it a lot right now, making crazy buildings and all that. When it comes to me playing, I'm just waiting for new content so I can make a new episode. So far, there's no word on it, even though I feel like the water update would be next, but we'll take a look. But that is we the people when it comes to you guys, me guessing you guys, trying to make a tier list. So that took pretty long. I probably should cut that when I talk about my tier list in the future. But I wanted to talk about you guys and your tier lists, so that's probably why it took longer. And my reaction to your tier lists. But in the end, you could take the tier list, link in the description below. Tag my Twitter on preferably the most recent tweet that I make. Make a comment, put your tier list in there, and just say rank my tier list or whatever. Or take a look at my tier list, and I will talk about it in the next monthly update since we're a small channel. But if we get bigger and a lot of people do tier lists, it's going to be hard to do everyone's, but we can do everyone for now. And then finally, one of the main things that we talk about is the games that came this month and the games coming next month that will impact the channel, or we just talk about it. So for September, we had Marvel Avengers. For anyone who's playing that game, I don't know, it feels like a strange pick to put Mrs. Fantastic, or I don't know who she is. It was like, she's kind of an oddball character to be there, but yeah, all the Avengers are there, right? It's just they added her. I guess. NBA 2K21. I used to play sports games, but then I quit. Tony Hawk Pro Skater. I already seen people speedrunning that game. Seems that game's doing successful. WWE 2K Battlegrounds. Used to play sports games. Used to be WWE. That was fun. Mafia Definitive Edition. Monstrum. I seen Monstrum too. I made a tweet about it. It looks whatever. They have to upgrade a couple things. It's in beta, but we'll see. That's about it for September. Then we move into October, where the real stuff happens. Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time, October 2nd. I can't wait for this game, guys. Star Wars Squadrons, FIFA 21, NHL 21, Transformers Battlegrounds, Ghost Runner, October 27th. So we have 20 days. I don't know if I could do it in 20 days. We'll see. I have done it before where I had to play 2 games at the same time, and I manage. And that's about it. You got Watch Dogs Legion in there. One of my friends is dying to play that game. That's about it. And then, of course, November, but we don't talk about the next month. But it's obvious who the big dog is in the room. Who's going to be the big dog for 2020, the big game, Cyberpunk. Very obvious. I mean, as I said, very obvious. I'll still make a trailer for it and all that. But I'll tell you right now, confirming Cyberpunk 2077 is Gen 13. So that about wraps it up, guys. Hope you guys like, subscribe, leave comment, leave feedback, and keep making those tier lists coming. Keep making my videos coming. If you hear that dog barking. And we'll see you guys in the future videos. Peace.